Yo, you know what time it is. You know what you came for. You know what you came for, and you know the procedure. So roll up a bleezy, get you a nice little drink, and get ready. So look, this is another Virginia story, but this one is type different, cause this is a story that I was there for, but it did not happen to me. You feel me? And this is a Fairfield story. And what made me sit there and think about this story is just so happened my homie the funk sat there and hit me up earlier this morning before I left to go to work. And the nigga sat there, hit me up to congratulate me and sit there tell me that, you know what I mean, he like what I'm doing when it comes to these story times, and he want to join in. So I've been wanting to sit there and do that just so I can, you know what I mean? So niggas know, like, bro, this ain't no bullshit. I ain't pulling these stories out my ass now. Like, nigga, this is real shit that didn't happen. So I might end up 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna end up doing that, because there's one particular story that he just reminded me of that I had already tucked in a pocket for a special occasion, but we're gonna put that shit together. All right, so this story for real is about two best friends and how some pussy damn near got one of them niggas killed. This is a story about how Paul did J-Eazy dirtball. So how this story goes is, now we out Fairfield, and like I said, at this time, like, bro, everybody around, everybody in their early 20s, basically. You got some niggas in their mid 20s, but for the most part, everybody in their early 20s. All right. Now, in Fairfield, you had two best friends that was inseparable. That was Paul and J-Eazy. Now, Paul and J-Eazy, they've been cool for a real long time. I mean, like a real long time. They go to each other's cribs, you know what I mean? Each other's parents, they you know what I mean? They call Paul parents call J-Eazy they son. J-Eazy parents call Paul they son. You know what I mean? Like, they fuck with him like that. All right, cool. Now, at this point in time, Paul, he got him a little car, so, you know what I mean, he doing a little slight glow up, and he getting a little bit of money, you know what I mean, he got a nice little job and all that, so niggas ain't paying no rent, so niggas staying with weed, this, that, and the third. All right, cool. And quiet as kept, Paul been a trick since he was a kid, like, you know what I mean, Paul don't mind spending no bread on no females. Like, that's just what it is. I'm not lying about the shit, like this shit that I've actually witnessed. So Paul don't have no problem sitting there spending money on the chick. Now, I don't know if he getting the drawers, you know what I mean, because around the hood, like, Paul, you trick on bitches and don't get no pussy. But hey, I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I don't know. I just know what I heard and what I seen. So at this particular time, we had a shorty out the hood named Shantae. So Shantae, and I got a wild story on Shantae, because Shantae ended up doing some years in prison. But that's a whole different situation. But Shantae was wild, cool, this, that, and the third for a minute. Shantae was just fucking with girls. All right, cool. Niggas knew on the low that, you know what I mean, Shantae fucked with girls, but doing in the right circumstance, this, that, and the third, Shantae would sit there and, you know what I mean, she have a little nigga on the side too. So, I'm sorry, I'm about to roll up and smoke while I sit there and do this joint. So boom. So Paul and Shantae out of nowhere. Paul and Shantae is dumb tight, like to the point where, and this shit just happened out of nowhere. Like this nigga Paul had that motherfucking burgundy Cadillac DeVille for about a good 3 months at the time. 3-4 months at the time, then all of a sudden, nigga is lit between, well, I don't know if it was lit, but all of a sudden we start seeing that Shantae, first of all, Shantae kicked her girlfriend out the crib. You know what I mean? Shantae kicked the girlfriend out the crib. Mac, you know I ain't bullshitting. So Shantae kicked the girlfriend out the crib. After Shantae kicked the girlfriend out the crib, all of a sudden, we start noticing that Shantae at Paul house all the time. She's sitting there walking down to Paul crib. Paul coming to pick her up from her crib, and they gonna go ride around and go smoke and do all types of shit. Then go down to Paul crib. So niggas don't know what the fuck Shantae and Paul got going on. We just know that goddamn, whenever Shantae sit there and record, Paul showing up. Whenever Shantae hungry, Paul gonna make sure she eat. Whenever Shantae want to get high, Paul gonna make sure she smoke. So, you know what I'm saying? The rumor mill is going around, but don't nobody got no real concrete evidence of what's going on. Now, mind you, if I'm not mistaken at this time, because Shantae was a little player, if I'm not mistaken at this time, or right before, Shantae was sitting there dealing with Boogie on the low. So I don't know if you know what I mean, they still in cahoots at this time or what have you, but all right. So one day, Shantae goes from, now mind you, J-Eazy and Paul are best friends. So one day, Shantae go from chilling with Paul to chilling with J-Eazy. Now mind you, Paul got a job in, you know what I mean? Like I said before, if you was out the field, one way or another, you was hustling something at some point in time. So Paul had his little job and Paul was sitting there fucking around with the bud. All right, cool. All of a sudden, J-Eazy fucking around with the bud now too, but J-Eazy going crazy with the shit. You feel me? Like, Paul sitting there making runs and all that, but because if I'm not mistaken at this time, J-Eazy don't even sit there and leave the house for real, and we all go chill in front of J-Eazy crib. Why? Because J-Eazy pops is sick. So he sit there, J-Eazy pops is sick, and you know what I mean? So he helped take care of his pops, and you know what I mean, him and his mom helped take care of his pops at the time. Boom. So if niggas wasn't making music, if niggas wasn't at the studio making music, we out the field. You know what I mean? Everybody get into it. So J-Eazy get into it to where, nigga, is motherfucking, is money pulling up all day long in front of J-Eazy crib. All right, cool. So all of a sudden, niggas get to noticing that Shantae not fucking with Paul no more. Shantae fucking with J-Eazy. Now, J-Eazy was another nigga that sit there and don't mind spending bread on bitches. But one thing I can say about J-Eazy, J-Eazy was a short, chubby nigga at this time. I just seen a recent picture. I seen a recent picture of a nigga. He's sitting there getting himself in shape. All right, congratulations, my boy. But J-Eazy was a short, chubby nigga that stayed with bad bitches, boy. I'm not lying. J-Eazy stayed with a bad bitch. And for real, a bad thick joint, or he either had one bad thick one, or about 2-3 little baddies that got nice shapes that just stay around him. You feel me? Now I'ma keep it real, and I've said this in plenty of videos. Now let me preface this by saying I ain't trying to sit there and downgrade the boy, nothing. I fuck with J-Eazy. You know what I mean? But at this point in time, niggas' hygienes wasn't up to par like they were supposed to be. That's all I'ma say. But the nigga stayed with a bad bitch. I lie to you not. And one thing that I've learned, I don't know if it was now that I'm older, if it was a controlling factor for these females, but a lot of bad bitches like fucking with niggas who hygiene wasn't up to par like it was supposed to be. Hey, so alright, so everything at this point in time. I don't know if J-Eazy was smacking Shantae or cracking Shantae rather. I kind of figured he was though, because that's J-Eazy MO. So all of a sudden, we start noticing that Paul don't pop up to J-Eazy crib like he used to. Now, mind you, Paul used to sit there. Paul had it so good to where he could pull up to J-Eazy house and just walk into the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, the nigga J-Eazy kept the front door unlocked because he's in the crib all day. And it's nothing but the homies that sit in front of his crib all day. So ain't nobody worried about a nigga trying to rob him, or just a nigga walking in that crib. Period. Like, nah, you know what I mean. J-Eazy wasn't that type of nigga anyway. So he didn't have no problems in the streets. So one day we come out there. I pull up at J-Eazy house. This nigga in the front yard spazzing. Like I've never seen this nigga act like this. Like he spazzing, he ready to fight type shit. So I'm like, yo, blood, what's up with you? Like, what you got going on? Nah, I'ma fuck this. Nah, he ain't even say I'ma fuck this nigga up. His exact word, I'ma shoot this nigga in his face. I said, what, nigga? I've never even heard you talk like this. What are you talking about? What happened? Bro, the nigga sat there and just stole bread out my crib, bro. I said, what? Who? Wait, pause, time out. What are you talking about? So then the nigga J-Eazy tells me the story. He says, yo, basically, Paul gets mad because basically Shantae chose up. Paul finds out that J-Eazy, if I'm not mistaken, J-Eazy was cracking Shantae. Paul gets salty. Paul knows where J-Eazy keeps his stash at and where he keeps his weed at. J-Eazy goes to the store. The mother's gone. The father, if I'm not mistaken, he couldn't walk, so he was in a wheelchair, so he not moving around. Paul goes in this nigga house, gets that nigga for like $1,000. Now, mind you, the way J-Eazy is telling me, The weed and the money is in the same spot. The weed is still there. All the money is gone. He said only one person knows where he keep his stash at, and it's Paul. So all of a sudden he like, yo, I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna shoot this nigga, I'm gonna shoot this thing. I'm like, bro, calm down. Where's Paul at? As I say this, J-Eazy phone ring. Guess who's on the phone? This nigga Paul. J-Eazy gets on the phone. Yo, bring my shit back now. This, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Word everything I love. Bring my shit back now. You a bitch. This, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Paul laughing on. You can hear Paul laughing on the phone. Paul is not saying nothing. He's just laughing. Next thing you know, nigga bangs the phone on him. This nigga is in the front yard spazzing. Yo, this nigga, this, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna shoot this nigga a bitch, this, that. All the extra shit, right? Cool. Eazy got about 5 minutes of doing that. Eazy got about like 5 minutes of doing that in the front yard. So now, mind you, let me. Eazy was in a rap group. Well, it wasn't just a rap group. Eazy had a whole music collective. Eazy can rap, plus the nigga can sing. He had another singer up there. Like all these niggas that basically damn near all these niggas that was in his group. Half of them niggas I went to school with. The other half, I know these niggas through Eazy, but yeah, I mean, through the years of me knowing Eazy, know these good niggas. So I'm sitting there, I'm not even saying enough. I'm just looking at this nigga tweaking. I sat there mid drift while he's sitting there tweaking. Yo, you say you still got some bud? Yeah, well, here, take this dub, go get me some weed, my nigga. I'm about to roll up, cause you got me stressed out now. So he go in the crib, he go grab a sack, boom. I'm rolling up. As I'm rolling up, this nigga still in the front yard. He pacing back and forth. He mad. Guess what pulls up in front of the fucking house? If you guess a red Cadillac DeVille with the motherfucking thick ass white what they call them, white walls on them tires, you absolutely right. Paul pulls up in front of the crib. Now, when Paul pulls up in front of this crib, at this time, I done already lit the blunt, hit it a couple of times, and I walked in the front yard to pass it to Eazy. My back is turned towards the street, so I really don't even see this nigga pulling up. All I know, I passed the blunt to Eazy. I just see this nigga grab the blunt and say, I know this nigga didn't. I turned around, the motherfucking DeVille is pulling up. When I tell you the DeVille is pulling up, now mind you, in between, I forgot to say, in between the time of me rolling up and this nigga keep on talking about he about to shoot this thing, I said, yo, bro, stop saying you gonna shoot this thing, because you're not gonna shoot him. You might as well sit there and punch this nigga in his face when you see him and get your bread back. Y'all sit there, fight, get y'all bread back, because nigga, for real, you know you dead wrong anyway, because you know the nigga like the bitch. Why you gonna sit there and fuck? Man, he won't fucking her. She came at me. I'm gonna be mad because she came at me. She wanted to fuck with me. I said, hey, at that point, she ain't fucking him. I can't knock you for it because, like I said, this nigga Paul at this point in time, I don't know how he is now. At this point in time, until I sat there and left Virginia, he likes to trick on bitches. That's his way of having bad bitches around him. He got the bud. He got paper. What's up? Come chill. Come smoke. Come kick it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll buy you a bottle, this, that, and the third, blah, blah. Like, that's what he do. I don't knock the niggas. That's some niggas' game. So, I'm telling the nigga, like, yo, when you see the nigga, you might as well just pop it on him, bro. Like, stop talking like you gonna shoot this nigga. You know you're not gonna shoot him, bro. So stop even putting that shit in the air, my nigga. When you see the nigga punch the nigga in the face, run his pockets, get your bread back, and that's that. So boom, I'm telling him this as I'm rolling up this blunt. I walks in the front yard. My back is towards the street. I pass her the blunt. The nigga say what he say. I turn around, pulled up, hopped out the car. He ain't walk away from that motherfucker though. He ain't walk away from that motherfucker. Paul hopped out and he's standing in between the car door and the car. He got his arms secured, just comfortable on the roof. He get the laughing. He don't even stay there no more than motherfucking 30 seconds. Nigga, easy sit there. Yo, you a bitch. Where my money at? Where my money at? Get my bread back. Get my bread back. This, that, oh, we gonna have to fight. Like, get my bread back and we gonna have to fight. The nigga, Paul looks at this nigga. Nigga got some sunglasses on. Words for everything I love. I'll never forget this shit. The nigga lifts up his sunglasses, laughs at the nigga. Nigga lifts up his sunglasses. Nigga, it's only $1,000. You be straight. Puts his sunglasses back down, hop in the car, and drives off. Now, mind you, Paul lives at the top of the neighborhood. That nigga ain't driving nowhere but to his house. J-Eazy sat there and said, yo, I'm going to shoot this nigga in his face. And never left his house. A month and a half later, them niggas was cool again. Matter of fact, not even a month and a half later. I'm putting too much sauce on it. I want to say 3 weeks later, them niggas was cool again. And for real, I really feel like I'm putting sauce on that. But I'm going to just say 3 weeks. Them niggas was cool again. Paul never gave him that $1,000. But them niggas was cool again. He Paul at this nigga crib. He at Paul crib. They riding around. At this time, they started battle rapping. So now, Paul is a battle rapper. He's a battle rapper now. And that was the story of Paul doing J-Eazy Dirtball. Now, not every friend you can call a friend. Especially if you're going to do dirtball shit like go fuck a bitch that they like, knowing that he trying to fuck her. But at the same time, if she chose up, she chose up. If she ain't give him no pussy and she give you some, I mean, it is what it is. But hey, certain times you got to sit there and weigh out, is this pussy more important than my friendship? Or is my friendship less important than this pussy? But hey, man, them's the breaks. And until the next time.